brush touches the canvas, I feel a release, like I'm taking a big breath before diving down into the dark, deep, unknown blue waters of my subconsciousness. It's something that has to open me, and it now is. If it doesn't, it's like I'm tied up. So I think of everything else but where my brush is going. My hand is being subconsciously guided, because my conscious mind, I'm not there. I have already flown. It is something that happens automatically. I do art because it is the place where I'm bare, alone with my emotions. It's the pure, raw echo chamber of emotion. There is no noise other than the noise that needs to come out. Art for me is connected to playing, deep observation and empathy. It captures gestures, emotions, people's eyes, objects that imply somebody's presence, old photos, concepts such as void, mess, traces of human feelings and creativity. Its ability to capture and preserve for others to capture is incredibly powerful, and that's what I seek to do. I also paint because I love people, and yet I love them from a distance. This distance, the distance necessary to connect with them through my art, which is a paradox, an art paradox. This distance allows me to try to express human feelings, my feelings, and to connect. What am I doing? On the one hand, I put color on material. Just that. But at the same time, I remember feelings and I record them on canvas. Art is the materialized emotion and the memory of the self. I and it keep me together in a world that has been dismantled, taken apart. I need this to keep going. Until the 90s, the only foreigners we saw in Greece were tourists. That has all changed in a very short space of time and has caused tension, insecurity, and people taking advantage of people in need. Our identity, who we are and who the others are, is a live theme. I'm very moved by people who are on the fringe, who are far from acceptable society. Minorities, people who are not well, the people being taken advantage of. The untouchables in India haunt me. They don't even care for themselves. From a surface point of view, there is a void of emotion. I work hard to put myself in their shoes, to enter their world from a distance. This is the extreme distance, because my life couldn't be more different from theirs. I want my art to bridge the gap, for as many people to grasp. The more perspectives I offer, the better a bridge it will be. 360 degrees on a work of 2D art, so to speak. I would describe my art as human-based, even when I paint a desert landscape. The more a desert, the more loneliness is present. So nature and landscapes are a trigger of human themes like loneliness, connection, beauty, harmony, even when no one is present in them. Nature's varied and changing colors inspire me. The sky's color reflecting on the water, for example, or the snow, grass, mountains, and dry land as the seasons progress trigger a reflection in me. Seagulls do too, harnessing the wind, their wings managing it perfectly, and then the people on the ground, enjoying, relaxing, reflecting, receiving nature's healing, just as I am. I don't know what the result will be, and this is not the point. You paint a person as an act of deeper interest, as an action of love towards the person. Anima is about love and tracing the self through the interaction of two people involved in an intimate relationship. Anima is the soul itself. The colors are blue and red, a union of spirit and passion, a mental and bodily union. You can't explain it. Either you live it or you draw it. You have to listen to your soul singing it. Also, my art is defined from my female sexuality. Rough sometimes, intense, but nevertheless always approachable and always colored. Sexuality is different from a male point of view, and it gives men an opportunity to see female sexuality from a female point of view, not their own for a change. This is through a man's eye. Silence is about violence and human response. The result of silence is isolation. Freedom is, I would say, my own darkness. It is the unknown, the abstract, the shapeless, the instinctive, the irrational, my Medusa and the thought in free fall. Explosions of light in the dark. Explosions of color on the canvas. I don't know what the next step will be. I don't feel like climbing a career ladder. There is nothing of worth to leave as a legacy this way. And this is the key to my freedom as an artist. What I definitely know is that there are a lot of things to be said still, a lot of artwork to be painted, a lot of moments of joy and happiness to be lived. I'd like to reinterpret old famous paintings, give them a modern feel, with modern themes like recycling, but recognizable in their original form. And another thing, the power of consumerism is constantly imposing itself on women to look a certain way. It puts us on autopilot, train us to perceive it, obey, to entrap us all. Men, women, teenagers, children even. I want my art to challenge that. Art is what you perceive, only if you want to, and if you need to perceive. This is connected to freedom. A free soul is someone that wants to and needs to perceive art. I am doing art because I love people, but necessarily from a distance.